All right, my name is Brandon. I live in Colorado Springs. I bought a digital download in my 2007 STI. I know it's been a long time. Definitely, I think about 4 or 5 years. Just kind of seeing everything get posted up and just cherry picking which car I wanted to go in on and which one I didn't like. So like car giveaways started, I don't know, maybe like 8 or 9 years ago, I think. 8080 was one that I started with. I started seeing everything get like out of control. They were like, 2,000 times giveaways, and I just lost interest in that. So for PrimeDriven, you guys are limiting the amount of tickets and stuff like that. So that really caught my eye. So yes, I started off pretty heavy in it, and then it just kind of went down to just only using PrimeDriven. It's funny you asked that because having been in so many giveaways, you start considering how much money you spent or how much you put in. Not winning anything, of course, you start to get kind of beat up on it. And it was this car that I was talking to my wife. I was like, "Hey, I know I said I'm not going to do any more entries and car giveaways. I really like this STI. The 2007 was the one that everybody wanted in high school when I was growing up, and I was like, this one is pretty special. So I was like, hey, let me do like 2 entries real quick, or let me get an extra entry, and she said that was okay. So she kind of shares that experience of saying, I agreed, or that we both decided to go in on it. So it's that much extra special. So I live in Colorado, so all-wheel drive is almost a must, or it is a must. I drive a Mustang right now. It's fairly new. I've modded it to about 700, 720 to the wheel. So naturally that doesn't handle for crap in the snow. So I knew that or a Subaru, definitely an STI was the direction I wanted to go, and you guys were slinging them pretty quickly. So I was jumping on pretty much all of them. So oddly enough, my stock clutch isn't handling so well with all the horsepower on the Mustang. So I was dropping the car off for a clutch upgrade. As soon as I'm handing the guy the keys, I kind of glance at my phone and I see a text message and it says you won, and I'm like, oh, you don't recognize the phone number, you're like, it's spam. So I set the phone down. I give the guy the keys and I look down again and I'm like, wait a minute, there's like an order screen attached to this. So I saw my order and I saw my information there. I was like, oh, these scammers are getting pretty good. They got all my information. So I looked up at the guy that I was giving the keys to and I said, I think I just want a car. He's like, oh, no way. He's like, watch out, those are scams, don't give them any of your information. I was like, well, they got all my information. So I went to pick up the car like a week later, and then I told him that I won the car, and he was like, oh, no way, that's crazy. So yeah, it was really cool. It was great timing too. Kind of ran that through my mind a few times. I think once I get it, I'm just gonna um, pretty much just pop the hood, inspect everything, kind of take a look, get familiar with everything. Um, and then take it for a drive, of course. There's a pretty long stretch of highway near my house, so probably just jump on that, get to feel it, and then it's an STI, so gotta find some twisties. Great question. Yeah, stay patient. Just pick what car you want. Don't feel like you're obligated to just pick some random one and just be a winner because. But find the car you like, buy your entries, stay patient. That's really the only way to win that card. You can't win if you don't play.